Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany, and today I will talk about a little bit about God, why I started to believe in God, and why I became Christian, and how to let go of the fear of anxiety, comparison, and fear, because we're constantly surrounded by environment that it's encourage you to live in fear, and I think that's what the news want, what the society want us to live. I always ask myself why my grandparents, why the wealthiest people, why the people that have a lot of money say that money doesn't buy happiness, and what the purpose of that, and why it doesn't fulfill you. And I didn't understand at first. And we simply want to fill ourselves with so many stuff in our life, and we're thinking that by accumulating wealth, we become more happier and we'll become more fulfilled, but it's not true. Like, it is something that is more related to the spiritual void that we have, and it is not something that is superficial. It's something that is tangible. I found out so much peace with God, and so much peace believing that someone has my back and can help me throughout my day. And it keeps pushing you to do better, because when you're a kid, you don't know what is the stuff that will make you alive. You don't know what are the things that give you purpose. When you walk with God, when you walk in faith, you have more courage to do things, and you're leaving the fear behind. I became more resilient after I believe in God, after I pushing me harder to do things and believing that someone has my back. And when I started to have more faith, I started to do things that scared me out the most. He's always there when we need it. And fear is just a bridge that we didn't cross, because most of the time 90% of our worries comes from our past. It's come from our past experience. So we don't take the chance to try it, because when we were a kid, our parents stopped us from doing things. So we began to put this boundary into ourselves, put this bridge into ourselves to not to do the things. Just a couple of days ago, I gave a speech to others, to in front of like 20 people, and I was scared. I was so scared. I was so scared of the judgment, how they will see me. After I gave my speech, I was trying to do my authentic self. And when you're authentic, when you take the courage to do things, you realize it's not a big deal. I finished the speech, and everyone was so insane by the speech that I gave, because it was my story. It was me. It was my authentic self. Another thing that God bring into my life, it was peace. Why is that? I let go of everything that I have to take control on my family situation, on my financial, on my worries, in every aspect of my life. Not economically only. It was my mental health, my worries, all these things that I was so worried about. I just let go. God take control, because whenever I need something, I pray to God. I always pray to God. This is a routine that I do every single day. I pray to God and be grateful for the thing that I have and He give me, because whenever I need something, He will give me. So that is the reason that they said, ask and you shall receive. And that's stick to me for almost 1 year. And I said, guys, it's so true. When you let it to God, you let go of the control to control everything, because we want things to be in some kind of order, but God knows what we need. If you ask God for patience, do you think He will give it to you, or He will give you some situation that makes you a more patient person? When you ask Him, our partner, you think that He will give you the perfect partner, or the partner that you need to have so you become your higher self, and to know yourself and know what do you need to work on yourself. As well, there's something that it teach me, which is live like a child of God. How a child of God would act in front of others. He will be selfless. He will help others. He will give to others. He doesn't care how much he give. He cares about other people's mental health, and he cares about other people's feelings. And when you try to give more, God will give you more. When you give more money, God will give you more. And it is so true, because when I let go of the, like, when I let go of the control of my financial, when I give to others, God know, okay, so this person has, and as well he wants to give, and he knows that you have a abundance mindset. When you give it to others, you will receive more. So you have to be selfless. You have to be child of God. You have to act as a person that God want you to be. When you're not so selfish, when you're not so self-centered, that's when God will give you more. When you pursue God, you will realize how much you love yourself as well. You were made by the image of God, and He made you the way He wanted you to be. So take care of yourself and love yourself for the person you are. When you starting to know God, when you starting to know yourself, you're going to love yourself more, and you will live in this wholeness. Because when I started to love God, when I started to love myself more, I started to know that I don't have to find happiness of my accomplishment or my wealth, on the thing that I gain. As you're starting to read in the Bible, you can control your thoughts and your life. Changing yourself will change your life. Why is that? Reading the Bible, you're living in this positive side of the world. You're not focusing on the negative side of the things. You're starting to reprogram your mind to focus on the things that you're gratitude about it, and the positive sides of the thing. There's a book that calls As a Man Thinketh. We are what we think about. So as a man thinketh, so is he. Because what you think, what your thoughts is compounded, is what you are. When you are a negative person, you will reprogram yourself to see all these negative things, and you become that person. You become the person that is not achieving the goals, that is not being a fulfilled life. But you center yourself in the positive side, you will start to attract all these positive things into your life. And I study finance and accounting. I think it's so related to that, because when you have negative thought, you're going to put all these things into the liability side of the balance sheet. But when you put more positive thoughts into yourself, you're putting on the asset side, so it increases. So we have to put more things on the asset in the balance sheet. Abundance is always found in faith. You have to believe that letting out of control, letting out of the worries that you have, God will provide for you no matter what. And trust me, it is something that I did. I trusted God. I just pray to God, and whatever I ask, He'll give me. Whatever I need, He'll provide for me. He'll give me more and more when I leave it to God and put my faith on Him. I cannot say how much peace He gave me, how much courage He gave me. And I trust in that by doing the things that the Bible says, I can be the person that I wanted to be. And it is all possible with God. So every wish that you have and every prayer that you have with God is so tiny that you cannot imagine. You have to wish more big and believe in yourself that all things is capable with Him. Okay, guys, I hope you like this video, and see you on the next